Let us move to part 4 of the story. So Bipin Babu has consulted a doctor, and the doctor advised him to visit Ranchi. Getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized at once that he had never been there before. He get off the train at Ranchi station and he realized that it was first time he was visiting that place. He came out of the station, took a taxi and drove around the town for a while. For some time he moved around the town in a taxi. He realized that the streets, the buildings, the hotels, the bazaars, the Morabadi hill, with none of these had he the slightest acquaintances. After visiting almost the whole market, he said to himself that no, I don't remember. I don't have any acquaintance to these places. I have no remembrance to these places. Would a trip to the Hudro Falls help? He thought to visit Hudro if it could help. He did not believe so, but at the same time he did not wish to leave with the feeling that he hadn't tried enough. Though he did not believe that it will help him, but still, as he had come, he wanted to try everything. So he arranged for a car and left for the Hudro in the afternoon. So he arranged a car and went to Hudro. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon in Hudro, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers discovered Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a boulder. The same afternoon, around 5 o'clock at Hudro, two Gujarati gentlemen found Bipin Babu unconscious, lost his senses, beside a rock. When he came round, the first thing Bipin Babu said was, I am finished, there is no hope left. And when the Gujarati people came near to him, when Bipin Babu came back to his senses, he said that I am finished, there is no hope left with me. Next morning, Bipin Babu was back in Kolkata. He returned Kolkata. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. He realized that there is no chances of his saving himself from being mad. Soon he would lose everything. Soon he is going to lose everything. His will to work, his wish to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. He thought, I am going to lose everything. Was he going to end up in the asylum at? He was worried to think if he was going to end his life in a mental hospital. Bipin Babu could not think anymore, and he could not think anymore. Back home, he rang up Dr. Chanda and asked him to come over. He called Dr. Chanda. Then after a shower, he got into bed with an ice bag clamped on his head. He went to bed. He placed an ice bag on his head to cool down his head. Just then the servant brought him a letter which someone had left in the letter box. Just then the servant brought the letter which was in the letter box. He grimaced. Brought him a letter someone had left in the letter box, a greenish envelope with his name in red ink on it. A green colored envelope, and his name was written in the red ink on the envelope. Above the name it said urgent and confidential. Above the name it was written urgent, very important. In spite of his condition, in spite of his mental distress, Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. In spite of his poor health, he thought, I should read it. He tore open the envelope. He tore it and opened it. took out the letter. This is what he read. This is what it was written in the Dear Bipin, I had no idea that affluence would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Dear Bipin, I had not ever thought that good fortunes would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. That your good days, your richness has brought such a great change in you. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his luck? Was it so difficult for you to help one of your old friend who was in his bad days? I have no money, so my resources are limited. I have no money today. I am poor and I have no resources. What I have is imagination. I have only imagination with me, a part of which I used in the retribution of your unfeeling behavior. And a part of that imagination I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior as a punishment for you, for your uncaring behavior towards me. Well, you will be all right again now. You will be okay now. A novel I have written is being considered by a publisher. I have written a novel and that is being published. If he likes it enough, if that publisher likes my novel enough, I will see me through the next few months. It will see me through the next few months. In coming next few months, I may recover from my fortune, my poor conditions. And yours, Chunni Lal. The letter was written by. When Dr. Chanda came, Bipin Babu said, I am fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. He said, I am fine. As soon as I reached Ranchi, I remembered everything. Unique case, said Dr. Chanda. I shall certainly write about it in my medical journal. Dr. Chanda said, I will write this thing about in medical books. The reason why I sent for you, said Bipin Babu, is that I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. Bipin Babu said, I sent for you because I had a pain in my hip that was because of my fall in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller, can you kindly prescribe me a painkiller so that I can recover from my pain. So this is the story of Bipin Chaudhary.